unmute myself. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Thank you all so very much for taking some time out of your evening to learn a little bit more about Q Sciences. We just want to thank you so much for being here. We are so excited, so blessed. We have the president, Mr. Jake Spencer, that is going to be joining us this evening. I wanted to introduce myself. My name is Kristin Minassian. I am a Gold Ambassador here at Q Sciences. But a little bit about me, I was actually a special education teacher. You can see those little ones down in the bottom of the screen. Those were my babies, those were my heart and soul. I worked with children with Down syndrome and autism and intellectual disabilities. I absolutely loved the kiddos that I worked with, but those cute little redheads and that family up at the top were my why. And I wanted so bad to be able to come home and be with my kids and be that stay-at-home mom that I always dreamed of being. My son was in first grade, my daughter was 2, and 3 years ago I got to come home from teaching. But I knew this year I was going to have to go back to teaching. My daughter actually is starting kindergarten this year, if that actually happens. So I knew I was going to have to go back to teaching this year. And honestly, I didn't want to. We had created this life and we wanted to keep me home, but financially I couldn't stay home any longer. And I wasn't really looking for another opportunity like this. However, I stumbled across Q Sciences. I found these products, this compensation plan and the leadership, and I knew I had to go all in, and that was back in September. I'm so blessed that I did, because in less than 10 months, I've actually become a 6-figure earner in the company. And I'm just so blessed because I actually don't have to go back to teaching here in a few weeks in such uncertain times. It's truly been such a blessing for our family, for the opportunity, but also for the products. Yes, that's me on a knee scooter with a hot pink cast. I actually had an ankle reconstruction, and I went in for 3-hour surgery, and 7 hours later, I came out with a completely fully reconstructed ankle, and I couldn't walk for a month and a half. I couldn't, then it took me another month and a half to learn how to re-walk, and it hurt all the time. And I remember going to my orthopedic doctor and saying, hey, like, when is this gonna let up? Like, this is awful. And he basically said, this is your new norm. And I wasn't okay with that. I'm a pretty stubborn human being, and I was not okay with that answer. And so these products have completely changed my life. I'm living life again. I'm running, I'm cycling like crazy. And because of this opportunity and these products, my family and I were back to living life on our terms, which has been such a blessing. So a little bit more about Q Sciences. We were actually founded in 2012, but a couple years ago, the wonderful Mr. Jake Spencer, who we're going to hear from, came in a couple years ago, created the compensation plan that we have in place now. And since then, we have had 700% growth globally, which has absolutely been amazing. And one of those reasons is Mr. Mark Spencer. He is our founder and CEO of this company. Believe it or not, he is a Super Bowl championship quarterback. But what I love so much about him is the heart that he has. He truly cares about the people that partner with this company and the customers and their stories. He will take time out of his day to make sure that he hears everyone's stories. I'm sorry, guys, if you will make sure you are muted. If you can just, I can dig through. I had it set for everybody to be muted. If you'll just make sure you're muted. Thank you so much. Sorry about that. All right, and then we have Mr. Jake Spencer. I am not going to go too much into him yet on this slide because he's actually here with us this evening. He is the president of Q Sciences. He's what I like to say the backbone of this company, but we'll talk about him here in a little bit because he's actually here with us this evening. And then we have Bengt Emanuelson. We are growing globally, and he is actually over in Europe helping us with our global expansion. And we are so grateful for him because we haven't slowed down a bit because he has boots on the ground over there, and he's helping us continue to grow during this crazy time. And then we have Dr. Stephen Kimberly. Dr. Stephen Kimberly is the brains behind these products. He truly believes that science doesn't stand still. And you can see that with the products that he comes out with. He's constantly coming out with new incredible products or changing our current products to make them better and better each day. So here are our full suite of products. We have products that help with immune support, stress management, pain, inflammation, focus, energy, sleep, hormone balance, weight loss, and so much more. But I want to talk about my few favorite products. I love our sublingual vitamin sprays. They're so easy and on the go easy. You just spray them under your tongue. You're going to get the second highest absorption by using the sublingual vitamin sprays. But I love them because my kids can take them super easy as well. We have C and D3, which is great for immune support. We have our B12 for energy, boost for metabolism, relief that's going to help with those aches and pains. And then we have the magical sleep spray, which is going to help you get a good night's sleep. We also have our Q-Core Complete package, which is one of my absolute favorite for optimal health. It has our Q-Max, which is our multivitamin. It has Align, it has our Q-Biotics Total, and I'll talk a little bit more about that one here in a second, but I did want to mention that because it is absolutely one of my favorites. And then our full spectrum hemp line is 100% my absolute favorite product. It has helped so much with the stress that we've been dealing with these days. We have an 85% absorption rate. You can scan the QR code on the bottle and find out every ingredient in that bottle and everything you need to know in that bottle just by scanning that code. So here is that Q-Core Complete package that I love for optimal health. It has our Q-Max, which has over 30 clinical studies done on it, that it is actually a brain health multivitamin. Not only is it helping with your brain health, it also is going to help you with any depletion you have in nutrients in your body, because we are all depleted in nutrients these days. We have Align in that package, which reduces inflammation in your body. Inflammation actually wreaks havoc on your body in the long-term health. So everyone needs to be getting rid of that inflammation. Our Q-Biotics Total, which helps with optimal gut health. We all know now that our gut is our second brain, and so it's going to help you get your gut health in check. And then that sleep spray that I mentioned, which is going to help you get a good night's sleep, because your immunity can only be as good as your sleep. And I love, love, love our fitness and our weight loss. So if you're here for fitness and weight loss, we have incredible products to help fit your weight loss needs. But what I love so much is our Q-Fit program. You can get in this app or go into the Facebook page, join our Q-Fit program. You're going to get recipes, workout plans, detoxing, all of this great information to help support you on your fitness and weight loss journey. And we're actually starting up a challenge here on August 17th. I'm very excited about this challenge. If you were to order some of these products by tomorrow evening, you get to take part in this program where you're going to get all of these great tools to help you with your weight loss journey, but you can also earn prizes and cash prizes as well. So we are kicking that off August 17th, so we want to make sure that you can jump in with that, get the energy that you're needing and the weight loss support also that you're needing. All right, here's our full spectrum hemp line that everybody loves. And I could go on and on about every single one of these products, but what I want to do is I want to bring Miss Amber Bothwell to the table so she can share her story. She is absolutely crushing it right now here at Q Sciences. She joined less than 4 months ago, and she has been making the leaders board here at Q Sciences as somebody who is bringing in so many people and helping with so many people's health. So I would love to bring on Miss Amber to share her testimony. Amber, can you unmute yourself, or do I need to find you? Let's see.
There we go.
There you are.
It wasn't letting me. Okay. Hey, everyone. My name is Amber Bothwell, and I am from Idaho. I am married with 3 children under the age of 11 and currently work part-time as an administrative specialist for the city. I joined Q almost exactly 4 months ago. I joined because I was really attracted to the idea of working in the hemp industry. I have struggled with my mental health since I was a teenager and just knew that these products, backed by science, could really help me find relief. I started with the Fuse Full Spectrum Hemp Oil and our Q-Max. I now literally feel like a totally different person, and I'm actually weaning off of some pretty heavy medication right now. My mood has stabilized tremendously, and I am just so much more patient. I'm always smiling. Like, seriously, my cheeks hurt all the time. No joke. I make this comment to my husband constantly. My children have told me multiple times now since taking these products that they love their new mommy so much. And this makes my heart swell every time I hear it. It's my absolute favorite thing to hear them say to me. It's awesome. So my favorite products are definitely the Q Fuse and Q Max, and I am just beyond excited to continue on my journey of better health.
Oh, thank you so much, Amber, for sharing that. I have just loved following Amber, watching her grow and see her mental health as it's gotten better. She's just grown into this human being that is just absolutely so incredible to watch. So thank you, Amber, for sharing that with us. And without further ado, I would love, love, love to introduce Mr. Jake Spencer. Jake Spencer is the president of Q Sciences, and he's taking time out of his evening to come on and share a little bit more about what we're about. But what I love so much about Jake is he is kind of become a mentor to me, although he's only 6 weeks older than me. He has taken me under his wing. He has mentored me, helped me to be better, and he's also working with leaders on my team, helping us all be better. But what I love is his 5 core principles when it comes to Q Sciences. It is faith, family, finances, fitness, and friends. And you can see that that is such a big part of our company. And I'm so excited to welcome Mr. Jake Spencer. See if we can find you.
All right.
Yes.
I think I'm on.
You're good.
All right. So before we get going, because the good news is I won't be on here long, so I won't bore very many of you. The bad news is I haven't eaten dinner, so I get distracted really easily. So are you going to make me the host, or are you going to be the host? So I know, so I don't mess this up for you.
I can stay the host. Do you have slides, or do you want me to keep with these?
No,
slides?
I can just go through your slides, because if you're going to make me the host, I'm going to disable the annotations so I can erase all those 11 those yellow marks over there.
All right, let me see.
It's like a fish. Anything shiny right now, I see it.
You're good.
Oh my gosh, let's see if I can do this.
I don't even know what you're doing right now.
You know?
No.
Let's see here. Am I the host then?
Yeah.
Okay. You might have to do it still, aren't it?
What does that even mean?
Okay. Well, there's this. I can't do it. It's on. Let's change the slide.
Let's see. I think I know what you're talking about. Hold on one second. Yeah, it's not giving me the option to erase it.
Okay. Good. Oops. What did you do?
I don't know. Hang on.
All right. Let's just leave it.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if I can change the slide now. Although.
Here you go.
Okay, I don't think I can change. Oh, I can.
No, it's me changing them. I'll change them for you. Sorry. It's not letting you change them.
Okay, you can just leave my family on there, and then I'll go, and then we can just roll.
Okay.
So first off, it's good to see everybody. I'm in Salt Lake City, Utah at the moment. A lot of familiar faces on here. I was asked, I've been starting to work as a partnership with Kristin and her husband Brian here a couple of weeks ago. I was just in Dallas. And we're super excited for them because obviously the track or the trajectory that their family's on is obviously very impressive and inspiring. But to be with you or to be with you tonight, that's why I'm not on here. I'm actually on here because there comes a point in this business and the way that me and my partner and I have designed the model, it's actually designed to be able to really help a lot of people. You obviously saw Amber's phenomenal testimony. Amber, I actually have a very similar testimonial in my own home, but obviously is dealing with something very similar sitting on your lap with your daughter. It's my daughter, right? And so and I can actually see her through the glass over here. So she might come in and ask for money here in a second because she's at that age where she thinks money is easy to come by because she comes in and bats her eyes. But that's obviously a very inspirational thing. And for Kristin and her family and many of you guys as friends, you guys have been able to set up a way, an avenue through trust and rapport and healthy options for people. I think everyone's knowing now, not just because of COVID, well beyond before that, that when you're getting things from people that you know, like, love, and trust, and you're not going to have paragraphs upon paragraphs of text, you can impact a lot of people because health is obviously something I think people are very conscious of today. And then the flip side of that is the financial side, that what this model has been able to offer Kristin and her family in very short 10 months. It was like, oh, been able to 6 figures, like 6 what? That's pretty impressive. But the goal was not obviously, she's been able to help and represent the company on a global scale. A month or two maybe ago, she actually was helping us expand the company virtually all over the world, and was able to help explain some of the topics or things that matter in the company. But at that time, something happens. And I'll tell you, as a president of the company, unfortunately, it doesn't happen with everybody, but it does happen to the people that truly get it and are special leaders. And Kristin and her group have been able to epitomize that. And what that is having other people being able to benefit tremendously from the financial side of owning an e-commerce business. And what that actually does, cutting out the riffraff and the hustle and the bustle of employees and brick and mortar and the high costs and the capital, to be able to take that vision that we had on the e-commerce side, educate people how to do it, refer people to their own site. Kristen's done a phenomenal job, and the amount of income that she's been able to help people implement their households in a very crazy time, a scary time, is why I'm here tonight, because of the impact that people, just one person, can make in people's lives. On the screen there, that is my family. I'm the ugly one. You can tell they're getting their looks from their mom. I've got 4 crazy kids. My wife says she has 5 because she includes me. We are missing a husky dog, which probably will come in here because she's figured out how to unlock and open the house door. She's pretty smart. But I obviously love and really ember to your relatability. The daughter that's to my left or on your right, the tallest one that looks like she's 20, she's actually just turned 12. I will tell you personally, my personal experience that we had with her long before I knew who Mark Wilson was, long before I was a consultant, long before I was even looking at Q Sciences. We were introduced to Q Max, which obviously many of you have heard. The new version's about to come out with a tremendous amount of research and things. But to make a long story short, it kind of was brought up to me in a guy type locker room talk at CrossFit. And before we know it, people are seeing a difference in my countenance, not my countenance, but my patience level with my children, my presence talking to my wife. We tried it because we were battling, and it was kind of a crazy battle at that time with her. And when it's your child, you'll do anything. So all I can tell you, you can obviously tell from this, these pictures, and you can tell by her in the back on that other picture, she's a happy girl and she's doing some things. And as a father, that's probably worth far more than anything you guys will ever make in this company or the impact Q has had, just to have her back. Because that's really why I'm on this earth, is to hopefully give them a better life than I had. So that's how my journey started. And then long before we know it, we started hearing rumblings, this crazy, if you want to go to the next slide, this crazy hemp expansion movement. And I'll tell you, in the beginning, I wasn't so sure. And I knew Q had a great background to it, but I didn't really know the difference between marijuana and CBD and full spectrum hemp and all these different things. CBD became a huge, huge buzzword. In fact, most people have heard about it. And the reason why is it's actually the cheapest thing to get from a full spectrum hemp plant. It doesn't get you high, but it doesn't get you high, but it does give you hope. And the reason why a lot of people sell CBD is because it's the cheapest thing that you can extract from a full spectrum hemp plant. Full spectrum hemp oil is like the Ferrari. CBD is like a Honda Civic. So full spectrum obviously already encompasses CBD in it. It's one of the elements that's already in it, right? It's like you going in a car and saying for the same price, the fully loaded model, or you can get the one with no air conditioning and you're living in Texas. Which one would you choose, right? So obviously, looking on the screen, there were some huge projections way back in 2018 where this industry was going to go globally. Those projections no longer exist today because the projections are getting shattered. We decided to go in and partner with a company where we weren't just white labeling a product, but we had ownership in it. And it became very special. And the testimonials started flooding in. But the reality of what it was, which I want to kind of change a little bit tonight, was the opportunity that presented people like you and I, who may not have tremendous amounts of income or expertise or experience or capital, or even being at the right place at the right time to maybe do it on a pharmaceutical level or a big investment level, but be able to be a part of the next wave. This provided great options for people, especially today with what's happening around the world with this crisis, and that is being able to own a business, the e-commerce one, from the comfort of your own home. First, you're thinking, that seems kind of simple, or that's not really appealing, or that's not the big bang theory of a big business. But the reality is you've probably noticed during COVID and other times, that's where all business is going to. See, if you have a problem, if you give it to an entrepreneur, they're going to solve it. And they're going to solve it with less people and less money, because they can then make more money by paying less people and paying more money out. The e-commerce model is not going away. In fact, think about it. I bet most of you use some type of e-commerce model in the last 6 to 8 weeks, especially from delivering household goods. I see a lot of women on here. I bet you guys still kept up on all your shopping with all those stimulus checks, and they were delivered right to your door with Amazon. Like, it's crazy when I come home and there's not an Amazon package. I'm wondering if my wife went out for the day, or they're on back order, or something's up, because it's like what no Amazon say, like they come every day that ends in Y in our household, right? And it's crazy to think about this as a man, because I grew up, the mall was a place we used to go hang out, and Amazon was the river. No one talks about the river on Amazon. They talk about the raging river of cash that Amazon is, to the point where their owner is now being investigated for creating what? A monopoly. So it's crazy when you think about the time aspect. Sometimes I think huge-sized ambassadors may not give as much credit to that they maybe should. I think it makes us all look better, not from a physical point, but from the demonstrability that people can feel it quick. They can see the results quick. It's a very inexpensive product compared to our competitors, and it does a lot of the talking for you, and it can create an income for you extremely quickly. So can you go to the next slide, please? Interesting thing to talk to you about is differences. Now, I'm going to talk to you in a way that I'm not giving you an option. I'm going to talk to you in a way that why Q's doing really well. It says on the screen, ambassador or preferred customer. I actually want to maybe talk about this differently tonight for some of you who've not heard me present that before. It'll be good because it'll be the only thing you do. So you like, the presentation was terrible. This time present it for the rest of the time. But let me explain why I created the customer program that we have in the company. The reason why I created it is to give you long-term income. See, things are in the company, it's actually very cheap. It's like a $40 fee. And every year to renew your license to Q or your ambassador e-commerce store, it's the same fee. It's very cheap. And it comes with the Q Connect Pro in your first month anyway. So it's pretty crazy. So in that agreement with you and I'll build your customers, I'll collect the money, I'll ship the product, I'll do all the R&D, I'll open up all the facilities around the world for you. Because you may find people in France, or you can people in Germany through Facebook or social media, or people that you know may be people there. And just like shopping online is global, they may shop on their stores, and we need to fulfill those orders for you and send you commission for them. We open up additional countries. I think in the last 14 months, we've now opened up 5 countries in the last 14 months. And now this year, for the remainder of this year, we are in weekly meetings for the expansion of Mexico and a lot of the Latin markets. So that's where you'll see a lot of expansion. When we expand to Mexico and other countries down there and other places, you'll be able to have people in those countries shop, and we deliver product to their door. Will I come to you and ask you for more anchovy? No. Will I come to get you for more money for your business license in Mexico? No. It's part of our agreement. Now, here's what the best part is. One thing we can help customers want to keep coming to you is the preferred option. I'm not saying take that option tonight. I'm saying look at the option as the reason why to join your friend in business tonight. The reason why is you have an option to become a preferred customer company, which basically means you get a membership. Now, don't worry about the $10 fee, because your first order, you get your $10 back. But with that fee, you get access to a litany of things, from being able to get your products for free. You also have the ability, because you are getting products delivered to your house each and every month. You also have the ability to then get free products. So every single month you spend money in Q, you put it into a bank, and you get to use that money and offset product purchases. So it's a really good thing, because it's a reward program that incentivizes people to order every month. Now, as a business owner, you're thinking of income. Think about this. When's the last time that you were able to refer customers to a big company, and when those customers order product, A, you got paid for it, or you got free product? Yeah, you might get a rebate, but what we do is we pay you for that, but also we let the customers earn free money for products to keep them on the books, so you keep making your money, over and over again, even though you could have acquired that customer a year ago, 2, 3, or 4, we still know the customer came to us through you. Can you go to the next slide, please? So the advantages are pretty simple. I told you it's a $40 fee. All the emerging markets, all the support, everything we have, the app, we all create for you. The great thing about what you're going to see in that is not why is Q winning and is Q under investigation still. It's the how-to. And Kristin's group will show you the exact steps of how to activate your app, activate your app, how to get all the videos. Some of you are now figuring out that you can access our app. You can press the button and send your friend a sample of our products by literally sending a text. Okay. Next slide. This is part of the getting started. So they're saying that is it me?
Yeah, I think so. It's coming in and out a little bit. It's kind of poppy.
Okay. Hold on a second.
Thanks, Jake.
Let me do this. I'm gonna get off the Wi-Fi on my phone.
And when you do that, I am going to see if I can reclaim host and delete that.
Jake, the last thing that you said sounded fine.
Okay.
I think maybe just closer to the mic.
Is it sounding fine now?
You sound good.
So KJ Roberts is now my friend. Okay. So this is pretty cool. So this next step, what you're doing is when you're getting started in the company, there's a couple of things, especially right now, guys. When you're working with Kristin, she's going to help you. She's got a full system laid out, or else she probably wouldn't be successful as she is. So obviously, you want to make sure you ask the right questions. The first one, ask to earn income before midnight tomorrow night. Yes, maybe you'll be able to earn income before tomorrow night midnight because it's the end of the month. Are you active to earn that? Even if you're in the company, do you know? If you're not, make sure that you are. Second thing is, make sure you have getting started a monthly order coming in the next month, so you start earning those credits to earn free products. Okay? After that, she's going to teach you how to make money. I'm going to touch on that right now. There's 4 ways that we contracted in our agreement to pay. The first way is actually off of customer volume. This is pretty simple. It says we're back to choppy. I don't know.
It's not too bad, Jake. We can hear you fine. It's just a little cutty, but you're fine.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second.
All right, and when he does that, I'm gonna see if I can reclaim the host so that I can try to delete some of those things it's not letting me, so it's fine. All righty. Okay.
I just kick my kids off too, so we'll see.
I have to do that all the time. We understand that, especially during these
Yeah,
times.
usually my internet's really good. So, okay. So if it cuts out, I'm sorry. But I'm going to have to hurry because I do get to go coach football tonight. So the first thing you guys need to know about number 1, you're going to set up an e-commerce store. That e-commerce store usually has your name in it. And when people go shop, we send you a residual income of anywhere from 10% all the way up to 35% of when people order and have products delivered to the house each and every month. The game of Q Sciences is nothing different than that. Because number 2, the monthly team commission, you guys, all it is playing tag. I remember my first 2 people, believe it or not, that I thought about making money with may not even be that impressive to you. It was my mom and my college roommate. Not that impressive, right? They got e-commerce stores just like I did. Now, my mom was actually better at getting people to become a customer. She made a lot more money off of her customers than I did. I made a little bit, but she made more because she did the work and I didn't. So the crazy thing though, within a couple of weeks, I had about a dozen. And within a couple more weeks, I had about 100. And I remember after my first year, I remember looking at all these e-commerce stores that I had about 1,000 e-commerce stores all over the internet. And people were buying products and services on them. And I didn't even know who they were. So of course they sent me a check for it. And of course I cashed it. Probably very similar to what you guys would obviously do. Now, I don't know. Kristin, do you want to unmute? How many e-commerce stores do you think you have all over the internet?
Well over 200.
Right? You probably have a lot more than that, right? It's pretty crazy. Now, the next thing, number 3 on this sheet is when you have a team of people. Now, don't worry if you're like me, because in the beginning, I was not really good at leading at all. So I probably wouldn't have gotten very many of these promotional rank checks. But the better you get at leading, that just basically means the more people in your team making money, the more bonuses my partner and I send. Your bonuses are directly tied to how many people in your team are getting checks like you. So the more people in your team who are making money, the more bonuses they are. Now, some of them are right now. Some of you may qualify for a bonus before midnight tomorrow night. And some of them are going to be 3-4 years from now. There's some that are hundreds. And yes, there's some that are hundreds of thousands of dollars even, which you'll see on the next sheet. The last thing we do is actually pretty cool because this actually technically isn't my office. It was supposed to be, but I have this on my hand. So this isn't really even my house. So I asked to sleep in it and I asked to pay for it, but it's not my house. So this is actually my wife's office. So FFM is actually the financial freedom movement. One thing that we're very passionate about with our ambassadors, because we're partners, is taking care of our financial house. The reason is because after many years of mentoring people, we have seen this become a major issue. So we have a complete team that's at your disposal right now today, whether it's question on your taxes, whether it's question on your retirement or lack thereof, or what you have going on, or just a second set of eyes. Or if you're part of the group and you're making money, we actually send you extra money on your behalf to your creditors. So let me explain what happened today in the office. A leader was in our office today and they've been in the business for a couple of years. And they said, my favorite thing is FFM. And the guy said, you're only making $400 a month off of FFM. He said, no. Yeah, I've made almost $2 million with Jake. But the crazy thing about this is every single month, Jake has been sending $400 to my Capital One card or my American Express or my wife's student loan, and they pay down the principal. He goes, none of my other companies or bosses ever did that. So I say that because we truly care. Now, some of you may say, hey, I want you to send it to my mortgage. I don't care where I send it. Just let us know and give me permission so I can send it. Deal? Deal. Let's go to the next slide. So the good thing about this is I kind of close out tonight is I'm going to bring on someone I'm super excited about. I've been hearing about Jen Scott for a while. And instead of going over all these crazy positions, because you can see on this sheet of paper, there's positions that you can make $50 and positions you make $5,000. The reality is you don't even need me on here tonight to explain the power of the compensation plan that's here on a monthly level and a weekly level. The reason why is because it won't mean anything to you tonight. But what will mean something to you is someone who has just gotten started. And I've heard her story about her background and being a mom and all this kind of stuff. So go figure, it's absolutely amazing. So before I say my final piece, before I go yell at a bunch of 8-year-old little boys, I am excited to actually meet her finally for the first time. So Jen Scott, I'm excited. I hear you're about to go bronze before the end of the month, which you guys can see is an extra $1,700 a month. I think that's going to help any family during this crisis. So Jen, what do you have for us?
Thank you. First of all, I'm just so honored to be here tonight. Thank you so much for having me. And thank you all for taking time out of what I'm sure is a crazy busy week to join us for a few minutes on probably a crazy busy night. But you're right, Jake. Like I actually walked away from a business I had built for 5 years to come to Q Sciences. And y'all, let's just be real. It was a business decision. It was a straight up business decision. The compensation plan is it's unmatched. And the thing that I saw that made me super excited was the ability for everyone to win really big, not just me. It didn't have to be me on the leaderboards winning big. It was every single person. And that is exactly what's happened over the last, 6-ish, 7 weeks, is everyone on my team is getting huge wins. They're getting huge wins because the compensation plan is laid out for everyone to do that. The system is in place for you to plug and play. I'll never forget my initial goal call on setting expectations and where I wanted to go and all the things, I told them, y'all give me step by step and then I'll go do that. And they're like, oh, that's why it's awesome, because here's your step by step. And so you go do that. And that's exactly what's been able to happen. And then my team has been able to do the exact same thing. So last month, while I might have been on all the leaderboards, all the people who were above me on the leaderboards were my team. And that was huge. Who could ask for anything better than that? So yeah, elite right now, bronze, by tomorrow. So here we go. Silver by convention is the expectation. And I'm just so thrilled for all of the people who have the opportunity to jump in right now. I'm so grateful for all the way the company is set up and all the people that just pour into us. So it gives truly anybody, regardless of experience or background, an opportunity to be crazy successful, as long as you just have the grit and the drive to go get it done. So anyway, thank you all so much. I hope you have a terrific night and enjoy what's left.
Congratulations. It's so awesome to hear, because the reason why I told you I'm on here is stories like Jen. I think you've been in, I guess you're still saying weeks. So you're saying weeks, it's still very impressed, and would be months, I'd still be impressed. So I'm on here because that's what we're looking for as the ownership side. And Kristin is obviously demonstrate. Here's what I can tell you. Whether you're trying to get to executive and get some extra bonus money and help your family out, buy some groceries, a couple $100 a month, whether it's the silver position, which obviously Jen's going for, an extra $4,000 a month, whether it's gold, or really with Kristin's connections to myself and my partner and the major pillars of our company, Kristin can literally put you in front or talk to people who are emeralds, people who are diamonds. She's personal friends with an individual that's a black diamond. And so it's great because we have people all over the map, but we can't lose sight of how special it is in our company to help people make $1,000 a month. It's so incredible. My mother taught me, she said, Jacob, you have to remember you're getting too big for your britches. She said, you have to remember that, you didn't get a new pair of shoes until you were 13. I'm the youngest of 10 kids. And she said, and we had a blended family and stepdad, she said, people don't miss their bills by thousands. They miss them by hundreds. And I've never forgotten that, and this is the power of our compensation plan. There's immediate right now money, but then there's the sustainability. And then that number 4 on the far right, you can start seeing as you start hitting these groups, these positions, not only do you get access to the coaching and the availability to what my wife's team has created, you just send out the forms, say, hey, Jake, send money to my Amex or my Capital One or my mortgage. And once you give us that permission to do it, we send it on your behalf and we start chipping at the principal. So super excited about that. Can we go to the next slide? You can skip this one. I want to go to the promotional side. This one. All right. I'm super excited because I want to give you a snapshot before I turn it back to Kristin and then run these kids. People have asked me about my schooling, my wife's schooling and different things. And I try to explain to them that I've been able to stand on the shoulders of many people. It's been very humbling to get the mentorship and the coaching. They've been able to probably shave light years off of my journey as an entrepreneur, but not just in the business world, but I probably have a soundboard with a guy I talked to about being a better dad, with one of my own dads, right? A financial guy. And they maybe not even know they're on my board of ears, right? But they are. And I'm not the smartest guy on the Zoom. I can already tell you that. And my wife's out there and she'll tell you I'm not. I'm not the smartest in the house either. But the reality is I've learned a couple things that have helped me. And that is I'm not too smart to learn from people that are more successful than I am. And it's helped me a ton. And what you're seeing on this screen is obviously you guys' next opportunity to hear from someone who's achieved the emerald position in the company, which is pretty substantial, right? You saw the last slide. I can't remember. I think it's like $45,000 a month, and not bad for a lady who obviously has children, just had a baby. All that's cool, but the reality is you guys' resources that you have in this company are endless. Now, I want to tell you why I'm so excited. I believe there's going to be dozens of people that are like Francesca and like Kristin. Let me tell you why. In our wings, we have ready to expand 6 more full spectrum hemp products before the end of the year. In our wings, we have now 2 different versions. We have version 1 for age 0 to 4 years old. Version of that 2 is also 4 to 12 years old for children. A full line of products that encompasses our Max Premium, a probiotic, and a huge immunity product that's all encompassed in one product for 0 to 4, 4 to 12 that children identify with, that we can really help investing in our youth. And then we have another product for children that's going to be in our spray line that just got put into our office today that I'm so excited about. And I believe that that's where Q's investment needs to be, along with country expansion as children and nutrition and what's happening. It's a great opportunity for us to serve, but it's also a great opportunity for you to see that next wave of what's happening in our society. We have all this planned. We have future country expansion. And I think some of those things are going to parlay or really come together for you. And at a time where many people are uncertain of what their financial future could be, I think there's a time now where you could actually be never more certain than joining a company, a team that you're actually seeing. And I'm so confident in saying that because I know who you're going to work with. I know who you're going to be getting your questions answered from. I know who's going to help you with these presentations. And that's why I'm on here, because I protect what I say by who I work with. And Kristin has obviously become very close to me, and obviously the partner that I have chosen to be partners with. But I think you guys have something great happening. In fact, I bet you I'll be back on here next week as we are continue working together. And I'll even say this, I would even guess in the next 2 weeks, some of you who are working hand in hand with Kristin will start working with me independently of Kristin for your own mentorship and training on knowing how to build the business, which I'm extremely excited. And Jen was obviously one of those names that she said, hey, Jake, she's coming up. You're going to be working with her. She'll be one of my top 3 that we choose next week. So I'm excited, you guys. I'm going to turn it back over to Kristin. Kristin, I'm going to run and take my son to football so I can coach. Sorry about cutting out tonight, you guys. I can't stand technology, the internet, but I know I pay for it, but I guess the internet sucks. So thank you so much, Kristin. You are amazing. Thank you for allowing me on tonight.
No, thank you so much, Jake. Enjoy the tryouts this evening. All right, guys, that right there is Mr. Jake Spencer. I mean, that is who he is. The fact that he is so willing to pour into me, leaders on this team, and to any person that decides to partner with Q, that just encompasses really everything about this company right there that you saw with Jake. And I absolutely loved that his internet was cutting out because his kids were on technology, because how many of us moms and dads right now can raise our hand and say that is life these days with everything we are going through. So thank you guys so much again for taking time out of your evenings. If you have any questions, go back to the person that invited you. We just really want to know simply one thing. All we want to know is one thing, A, B, C. C, thank you so much. I'm just not interested. B, I think I'm interested, but I've got a lot of questions, and they are going to help answer your questions and connect you to a leader that can also help answer those questions. Or A, sign me up. I want to take part in that summer cash. I want to get those extra bonuses. I'm ready to hit the ground running with you. So thank you guys again. Y'all have a wonderful evening.